Okay, today what I'm gonna do is make the tabletops for these tables, and I'm gonna make them 16 inches wide, and that'll give me 3/4 of an inch overhang left and right. And I'm gonna make it 22 inches long. That gives me 3/4 inch front and back. And what I did was I went to my lumber shop and I bought rough cut poplar, and you can see it's very purple. I was pretty happy about that. Somebody said that if the tree grows over coal in the ground, it tends to come up with a purple shade, but that's very kind of pretty, I thought. But I'm going to stain over it. But I ran it through my planer, and I got all this sawdust on the ground. I have to clean that up. But it planed very nice. It was very dry, nice dry wood, and plain. So now I have to. The tabletop's going to be 22 inches long, so I'm going to cut them at 23 inches, and that gives me a 1/2 inch on both sides after glue up, to trim off the unevenness on each edge. So I should have a 1/2 inch on both sides, and that's what I'm going to start working on. Okay, I cut my boards up and I plane the edges so that they fit seamlessly pretty good. And this came out pretty purple, I thought. Let's see if you can zoom in on that. Look how purple that is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, too bad I'm staining it. But what I'm doing now is I marked my biscuit, where I'm going to use the biscuit joiner here, and I'm going to cut it out and slide a biscuit into it, and that's what we're going to do right now. See how that came out? It's the biscuits just slide into the slots, and then we glue it up and it stays. And what I'm doing is I'm referencing off the top with my rail so that I get a good consistent depth on all of them. That way the surfaces, when they come together, these holes will line up because I'm referencing off the top on each one. Okay, now let's okay, here's my mark, and I have to line it up with this mark right here. And that's what they look like. Okay. when they're glued and clamped together, they'll be pretty seamless. And because I reference off the top and not the tabletop, you can put this gate up and reference off the tabletop. But the problem I found with that is sometimes the wood is not perfectly in a plane. It might be a little bit raised. So then your slots go in and then your boards don't fit together nice and tight on top. Or, you know, I just found that if I referenced off the top like that and down, I get the exact same height whether the board is bowed or not. So now I just have to do a few more of these and I glue them all up. Okay, now I've got to glue it up. Okay. And that's the two tabletop glue up right now. That's where I'm at. I have to let it dry overnight, and then I can cut the exact dimensions and then route it all the way around. And let's see, I've got my router here. I've got 2 router bits, and I think I'm going to use get them out here one-handed. Okay. This router bit here will give a profile like this. I'll get a profile like that. This is still in the new protective coating. And this router bit will be just slightly different. It'll give me a little different decorative edge, which I think I'm going to go with. I think I kind of like this one. But that should look pretty okay, like that. Okay, that's good for today, guys. Okay, I cut my boards on the Festool. I got a nice, pretty clean cut. I don't know if you can zoom in on it. The Festool does a nice clean cut. And I made it 16 wide by 22 long, and it's 1 1/8 thick. And what I'm going to do is, this cut is so nice on it, I'm just going to sand it. There's no milling marks. And then I'm going to route it. And I have the other board. I'm about to cut it up. It's over here. And I've got I drew off the square marks on it. Squared it up all the way around. And I've got this on the Festool. And with this Festool, I set the depth of the cut. And then this line here is exactly where you're going to cut. So I'm right on that. So now I just have to cut this board up. with 120. I have to go over it with 220 yet. I have to get these little tear outs on the edge here. But that's what the, I have to round this off down on the bottom yet. Okay, now I'm going to route this edge over here smooth so that we have a curve. It's smooth all the way around like that. So we're doing this round now. Okay, You can see, hopefully we can see this here. Well, we've rounded it over pretty good. Smooth. Now I have to sand this and then I can stain it. Okay guys, that's it for today. Just stain these at there, wipe them down, and then I'm gonna do the shelf, the drawers next before I attach these on top. And that's the next is doing the dovetail joint in the drawers. The face, I cut out the pieces already. The faces fit fairly tight. And I have just dovetail them and rabbet the backs and rabbet put a 1/4-inch groove in the bottom of the side pieces and slide in the bottom. Okay, tomorrow.